Hi, welcome back to Odin's Marvellous World. We are in full bonsai mode. So this is a Rowan tree, or mountain ash as some might know it. I bought this and a friend of his. Let's get him in to show you. Let's get him in. Him and his friend both purchased at the same time, about the same size. He's been in this pot the whole time, and I basically did what every wannabe bonsai enthusiast does, is I got a small tree and I tried to put it in a small pot immediately. So, I mean, don't get me wrong, he's done pretty well in there. I did have a lot of moss in there, but yeah, after having watched some videos, that's not what you want to do. So I'm assured. What's my angle like? Good rubbish. And now you can actually see what I'm doing. So this one has actually put out flowers for me, which is really exciting. I don't know if that's just due to stress or what, but his mate here is yet to flower. Yeah, so we're doing away with that, and what we've got, again, found in my garden from the previous tenants, the coalthrops. Yeah, this looks like it would be for pond plants and things. So it will give me the right amount of aeration, hopefully, that I need. So the plan is to get this to fit in here, and then we're going to plant this in there. So unlike the cherry tree we've been doing, because I mean, if we look at, it's a nice interesting root system there, and I'm quite liking the size he is, to be honest. Well, yeah, I think he's definitely interesting and got enough character. So we're gonna, tidy him up, get him into here, get him into there, and then thin him out from there and start bonsaiing, hopefully. Again, big shout out to Mr. Hanrahan. Sorry, I will get your first name, and I will put you in the comments because you've been very informative. And yeah, that's what all this is about. Because let's face it, there are much worse things we could be doing with our time. I think we're all aware and guilty of that. While I'm here, so I've got all that moss in there as well, and I'm bored of looking at this moss. So I'm just going to gently get that off with a bit of wire. It's probably not the best weapon of choice, but it's what I had to hand. Oh yeah, we've got some really cool root stuff happening here. I broke that one the other day, being careless. You don't know until you try. And again, as much as I can watch YouTube videos, and you people may well be watching me, there is no substitute for actually doing it yourself. So, I'll say to here to do stupid things so you don't have to, but for things like this, I'm here to encourage you. Try it for yourself. Absolutely, got only to gain. Oh yeah. Oh, he's looking really handsome actually. But what I want is a slightly more robust tree. Yeah, again, because he's not going to take up much space in my life and I'm not putting him in the ground, yeah, I'm quite happy to be patient with this one. Nothing that could happen, I'll say nothing, if we're lucky. Hopefully nothing should be, stopping him from coming along. Wherever I may end up, if I don't get to stay here forever. Probably won't happen. That'd be nice, but I doubt it. Anywho, wow, that moss is really in there. Well, okay, yeah, I'm learning how bloody mossy moss is. That's something you don't have to do. Put the moss that was just lying around your garden in your bonsai tree. Pick a moss you like looking at. Right, so I'm just gonna spread that out a bit. Again, I don't want to be. Yeah, you can still sort of see what I'm doing. Not the best angle. Let's tilt it back a bit. Just gently massaging the ball, because all of these tender roots here, they're what are going to be doing the hard work. So let's see if it'll fit now. No, not quite. Okay, let's get a bit more aggressive here. Way too aggressive. So this has been quite a hardy tree for a few years, and he's had a hard life, so I'm not too worried about him in this situation. Squish it, shuffle it, mould it. Oh yeah, there we go. A little bit more. If you hear any big cracking like that, you'll want to stop. Cool. So at this point, I'm not worried at all about positioning or anything like that. I'm just getting him to a state so that he's ready to be growing. And you can see he's hitting the bottom there. Right, some wire. Now you probably don't really need it at this stage, but I'm getting it in there now for two reasons. One, good practice. And you know what? Yeah, I may as well anchor him down. Should I? I'll keep that on. Dead stuff's cool, apparently. You can see I've gone for a weaving pattern with this new growth up here, and I'm gonna leave that to cut in and fuse to itself and see what happens, and start building a canopy up this way. Maybe I'll bring some of these ones out now. Let's find out, eh? Oh, what fun. Right, wire. So, how much wire do we want, I hear you ask? I mean, put enough in there. Yeah, then we can really get shaping. It's better to leave yourself a bit too much wire, I reckon. And then I'm literally just gonna use this lighter here to help me bend a hook in it, so that when actually all I'm gonna do is do it the way it's supposed. Leave that in there, and for good measure. You know what? Nah, I'm happy with that. Stuff it. I'm going to bend that in there. Now again, this isn't going to be its permanent pot, but this is just going to be what I use to start dictating the size of it. And then this is basically just a big nutrient bath. So now that we're here, got our wire, got our handsome tree. Stick it in there. Now that actually looks like quite a good height for what's going to happen here. I'm going to want to bring that wire over. Right, now let's start filling it up. So, I genuinely thought that was a tag there. So, she's going to have all the stuff that was within. So it's not too much of a shocking change environment. I'm going to get that straight back in there. Yeah, but I do also want to get, no, I'm going to mix this, change the plan, I'm going to mix this with the seedling soil because it's got more aeration. Ideally I would be using a bonsai potting mix, but frankly I was excited to just get started, so I just started. I can always buy more. The alternative would be to mix in some perlite or some stuff, but I mean, as far as I'm concerned, that's what the seedling compost is, right? It's just fine. Nice, fine, easy for the roots to penetrate and grow in. And then a bit of the all-purpose to do, well, everything else. Who's on the label. Alright, so now we're just going to start putting him up in there. These roots get some action again. And you can see that we've missed a load there, so quite handy actually. Just keep rubbing it in. And that bit of wire. You still see where I've put a bag? I just left the bag right in the way. Seriously, anyone wants to come be my camera person? Cool, getting there now. Nicely firmed in. Little top up. Cool. Pot one. Done. And then hopefully after, a year or so, so again, 10th of May, so 2 bonsais one day, because that's the kind of kid I am. I'm not tired at all. I'm just going to start filling this up. So this tree should just be going now. Oh, finally I've got a load more room and actually some substrate and nutrients. Ooh, about bloody time. And then, yeah, after a while, just when he thinks he's happiest, and he might be going on to live in the ground and be a big tree, yeah, I'm going to put him into another pot. But he's going to be very loved. I'll be mixing this again. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Now I'm not wearing gloves, and I'm pretty good with wearing gloves and getting in the compost, but my hands are getting very dry. So if you are susceptible to getting dry hands or something like that, I do recommend wearing gloves. However, there is no comparison for getting some nice soil and dirt in your fingers and under your nails. Right. Pot. Size that up. I'm gonna mind his mate over there. A little bit more. Now we all know it could be a faff and you've got to try and put all of those bits in around the thing, but not with this. You're just going in and around willy-nilly. So all of this mixed stuff here that's going down to the bottom where the holes actually were, and then the rest, because I'm running out of seedling mix, will just be our all-purpose. I could put some clay in here due to the type of tree that it is, and we're in the fens, so you know, in the clay, well, you know, the soil around here is really nice anyway, fortunately, so screw you ant. Yes, lots of ants in here, unfortunately. Well, not lots of ants, but lots of ants are trying to get in. I'm working on it. I don't know who's watching these videos for this long, if anyone is, but I appreciate it. And yeah, you know, any comments or anything that you see that I'm doing wrong, or Mr. Hanrahan does finally get mentioned and tells me I'm pronouncing his name wrong, I'm very sorry. And you know, anyone who's got any other tips, any other suggestions for the crazy ways I'm doing things, kind of, yeah, haphazard really is the only way to describe it. Because I'm just trying to use stuff that's around. Well, since changing jobs, I have been spending more money on plants from garden centres, but normally I try and either grow from seed or buy them locally from people that I know. So I have no doubt that this ash tree and this buddy there were probably planted by someone in the village who would have given them lots of love and lots of attention. And yeah, here we are today, giving him lots of love and attention. Sweet. Oh, and now the final bit. Wrapping the wire around. So this is the lead wire. So although I've braided around there, once you get to the top, as you can see, not an awful lot going on. So we're going to wrap him once around the bottom to anchor. And again, this doesn't want to be like super duper tight. And you want to be going around any branches that you want to keep. And again, watching out for any nodes, because you don't want to crush them. Nodes are friends, not food. Look around here, we see a nice bunch of new leaves. Okay, I'm going to want to be delicate around here. Now, the nice thing about mountain ash is that it has very small leaves anyway. Easy. So I think it's going to lend itself really nicely. Get that bend on this dead a bit up here. Okay, do it softly. Yeah. And now all of these gaps around here, they'll be used for finer wires to be training out these branches. Yeah, I'm going to go with the big one. Just be careful. Minding me nodes. Bollocks. Okay. Lesson learned, use thicker wire. But you know what? It's okay. Thinner wire rather. Well, that was a big shame because that bit was going really well. But at least it didn't cut my flowers off. That would have been truly heartbreaking. Well, now that we know, let's get that thinner wire. As we're talking about it. Sod. Okay, I can't remember where I put my thinner wire, so on that cheery note, yeah, that's something that you don't have to do yourself. You can watch me do. When you get to a thick bit, you go into a thin bit, use a thinner wire. This has been Mountain Ash Bonsai on Oda's Marvellous World. Thank you very much for watching. Bloody hell, 22 minutes. If you made it all the way to the end. Thank you so much. And see you soon.